Hello viewers, I am Mr. Dilip Kumar Pal, stand before you with an important video relating to cultural relativism. So far as cultural relativism is concerned, in this video, three aspects of it have been focused. One is the meaning of cultural relativism, its basic features and criticisms. And this cultural relativism is a topic which is observed in paper 3 of second semester. So, first of all, take off the meaning of cultural relativism. But before I discuss what is cultural relativism, I want to inform my viewers that you can take help my videos in two ways. Either you watch the whiteboard and you can write down, or if you listen to me attentively, also you can write down your notes. Again, I want to inform my viewers that in my channel, courses of plus 2 first year, plus 2 second year, and plus 3 first semester to 5th semester, most of the courses are available. I request my viewers to subscribe my channel if you have not subscribed, and request your friends to subscribe my channel so that some students at least will be benefited. Let us start. What is cultural relativism? In the subject political science, a varieties of theories are found in varieties of fields. It means in the subject political science, a lot of theories are found which are associated with different aspects. Among these theories, cultural relativism is a different type of theory. What is cultural relativism? In order to be clear about the meaning of cultural relativism, one must be clear about the meaning of ethnocentrism and genocentrism. If we will be clear what is ethnocentrism and what is genocentrism, it will be easier on our part to understand cultural relativism. So, what is ethnocentrism? Ethnocentrism is a theory which speaks that our people are beautiful, their values are virtuous, and their beliefs are most trustful. Ethnocentrism is a theory which speaks that our culture is beautiful, our country is beautiful, our people are beautiful, and our virtue, our values are virtuous, and our beliefs are trustful. It is ethnocentrism. So, ethnocentrism is a theory which speaks that everything of ours is good and others are not comparable with ours. Our culture is the best, other cultures are not comparable with us. Our customs are best, other customs are not comparable with us. It is ethnocentrism. But what is genocentrism? Genocentrism is a theory which speaks that others' culture are superior than ours. Genocentrism is the opposite of ethnocentrism. Genocentrism speaks, Xenotrism. Genocentrism speaks that others' cultures are better than ours. Other traditions are better than ours. Other cultures are better than ours. Other traditions are better than ours. It means our culture, our tradition, our customs are inferior in comparison to others. So we are clear what is ethnocentrism. We are clear what is genocentrism. Now discuss what is cultural relativism. So what is cultural relativism? Cultural relativism means it is a theory which believes that cultural diversity is the global reality. Cultural relativism is a theory which speaks that cultural diversity is the global reality. It means in the world, different type of cultures are found. It is the real thing. In the world, different type of cultures are found. They are different from one another. It is a true fact. It is a true fact. Then, in the world, different cultures are found. Every culture has its own customs, traditions, values, beliefs and rules. Every culture is good in its own angle. It should not be judged from the angle of others' culture. Rather, it should be judged from its own angle. So, cultural relativism is a theory which speaks that cultural diversity is the global reality. It means in the world, in different regions, different cultures are found. And every culture has its own traditions, customs, values and ideas. So, every culture will have to be studied from its own angle. Every culture is good in its own sphere. If it will be studied in its own angle, it will be good. And no culture will be studied from the other's angle. So, cultural relativism theory which speaks that in the world, different type of cultures are found. Every culture is different from others. And every culture is good in its own sphere. And no culture will be studied from the angle of others' culture. Every culture will be studied from its own angle. And no culture will be studied from different angle. So it is known as the cultural relativism. So cultural relativism speaks that in the world, different type of cultures are found. Every culture is different from one another. Every culture has its own tradition, values and ideas. And no one should criticize others' culture. No one should criticize others' culture from its own angle. If every culture will be studied from its angle, it is good. This is known as the cultural relativism. But what are the basic principles of cultural relativism? What basic principle it has? Number one, the first basic principle of cultural relativism is that cultural relativism believes that cultural diversity is the global reality. It means in different part of the world, different cultures are found. So the first feature of cultural relativism is that it believes that in the world, in different regions, different cultures are found. And every culture is different from other. Number two, different cultures have distinct values, custom, tradition, values and ideas. Different cultures have its own values, customs, tradition and rules. First one is, the first feature of cultural relativism is that in different part of the world, different cultures are found. Number two, every culture has its own tradition, customs, values and ideas. Number three, every culture will be better every culture will be better one if it will be judged from its own angle. No doubt in the world, in different regions, different cultures are found. But every culture is good in its own angle. And if it will not be better if it will be judged from other angle. In the world, in different regions, different cultures are found. And every culture will be studied from its own angle, from its own cultural angle, and no culture will be studied from the angles of other culture. No one has the right to judge other culture from its own angle. In the world, in different regions, different cultures are found. Every culture is good in its own sphere, and no one has the right to study that culture from its own angle. If a culture will be studied from its own angle, it will be better. And if a culture will be studied from the angle of other culture, it will not be better. Number 4, at the time of formulation of universal rules, rights and behavior, specific culture of different areas of the world must be considered for better recognition and implementation. It means, no doubt, in different regions of the world, different cultures are found. So whenever universal rules, rights and behaviors will be made, these cultural diversity must be taken into consideration. It means, whenever universal laws, universal rules will be implemented, the cultural diversity of different regions will have to be considered for better implementation and recognition. And number 5, it resists, it protests universality of rights in the name of human dignity, human worth, human development. It resists that rights should not be universalized, rules should not be universalized, because in different regions, different cultures are found. Whenever rules will be made, that cultural diversity will be taken into account. And if a particular law will be universalized, then it may not be accepted by people of different culture. It resists universality of rights in the name of, it resists universality of rights in the name of human dignity, human worth, human development. It does not accept all human rights for all. It says that no law will be implemented for all, because in the world different type of cultures are found. So a particular law will not be universalized, will not be applicable to all, will not be applied for all. Number 6, it believes all cultures are different from one another. What is moral for one society, it may be immoral for other. It believes that in the different regions of the world, different cultures are found. These cultures are different from one another. What is moral for one culture, what is good for one culture, it may not be good for other culture. For example, in Western society, for girls there is no dress code, but in Islamic country, for girls there is dress code. So if in the world dress codes for girls will be abolished, if a law will be made that there will be no dress codes for the girls, then people of Islamic country will resist. So cultural relativism points out that all cultures are different from one another. What is good for one, it may not be good for other. What is moral for one, it may not be moral for other. So these are all the basic features of cultural relativism. So we are clear about the meaning of cultural relativism. We are clear about the basic principle of cultural relativism. Now discuss what criticism it has. The first criticism of cultural relativism is that some critics view that as cultural relativism wants to retain cultural diversity, it means it wants to retain old and traditional customs. So it cannot be accepted in modern times. Some critics view that cultural relativism supports cultural diversity. It means it supports old things, traditional things. So critics point out that this cultural diversity, as it supports cultural diversity, means old things, it will not be accepted in the modern days. Number 2, some critics view that the support for cultural diversity will lead to ethnocentrism. Some critics view that supporters of cultural relativism, they support cultural diversity, means it will encourage ethnocentrism. Ethnocentrism means which says our people are beautiful, their values are virtuous, their beliefs are trustful. So, some critics view that cultural relativism encourages the principle of ethnocentrism, and this ethnocentrism will lead to a feeling of universal brotherhood will dream. It means this ethnocentrism will lead, if this ethnocentrism, cultural relativism, according to critics, cultural relativism will encourage for the growth of ethnocentrism. If ethnocentrism will come up, every people will say our culture is good. By this, the dream for universal brotherhood will be dreamed. The dream to make the world a single family cannot be materialized. Number 3, some critics view that due to priority to cultural diversity, international humanitarian laws, which is the product of global consensus, global wisdom, global deliberation, cannot be implemented. According to critics, by cultural relativism, the importance will be given to cultural diversity. If there will be cultural diversity, if importance will be given to cultural diversity, then humanitarian laws, which are the product of global consensus, global wisdom, global deliberations, cannot be implemented. It means cultural relativism speaks that in different areas of the world, different cultures are found, and these cultures are important. So, as in world, different cultures are found, humanitarian laws, which is the product of global consensus, global wisdom, global deliberations, cannot be implemented. Because if in different areas of the world, different cultures will be found, and these cultures will have to be given respect, then one type of humanitarian law cannot be implemented for the world. Because if humanitarian law will be applied for the entire world, it may not be accepted by people of a particular culture. So, due to cultural relativism, humanitarian laws, which are the product of global consensus, global wisdom, global deliberation, cannot be applied. Finally, some critics view that the support to cultural diversity is a narrow thinking. Some critics view that the world is one, irrespective of culture, irrespective of religion, irrespective of races. But cultural relativism speaks that in different part of the world, different cultures are found, and these cultures will have to be given importance. These cultures will have to be given importance. Means this cultural interest must be given importance more than the global interest. So it is considered as a narrow thinking. So in this video we have discussed meaning of cultural relativism, its basic features and its basic criticisms. I request my viewers to watch this video attentively and make best use of this video. Thank you. Goodbye to all.